The man smashed a glass bottle and placed the bottom of the bottle on a stone to smooth it out. Then he used fire to soften a plastic bottle and firmly glued the smooth bottle bottom to the bottle's mouth. Next he cut the bottle, sealed the opening with rubber, and carefully wrapped the cut edges. Soon a homemade diving mask was completed. The man couldn't wait to dive into the water, holding the bottle with both hands to observe the surroundings. To his delight, he discovered that everything was clearly visible underwater. He couldn't help but laugh, because being able to see things clearly underwater meant there was hope for survival. After finishing the diving mask, the man immediately grabbed a harpoon and dove into the sea, intending to catch a big fish to reward himself. But while swimming, he discovered a sunken small boat on the seabed. The man immediately dropped the harpoon and used all his strength to flip the boat over. But the next moment, he despairingly found a huge hole in the bottom of the boat. But it seemed that the man had an idea. He took off the diving mask and placed it in the boat's cabin. Then the man grabbed a rope and risked drowning, dragging the small boat through the sea. The boat was very heavy, and the depth was about 7 or 8 meters. Each step he took was incredibly difficult. Soon the man reached his limit and had no choice but to drop the boat and quickly surface, gasping for air. But he didn't give up. Instead he took a deep breath and dove back into the sea, dragging the boat as he continued toward the shore. Hours later, the man finally managed to pull the boat out of the water and dragged it to the shore with all his remaining strength. His companions saw this and immediately rushed over to help, but the man refused to let them come near the boat. He angrily pointed at Jim and looked at his wife, not believing they really wanted to help. After sending his wife and Jim away with harsh words, he dragged the boat to the other side of the beach. He covered the hole with a plastic sheet he had found and made a sail that could be freely adjusted. Incredibly, the boat was successfully repaired. Seeing this, Jim began to panic. If the man really found a way to get rescued, he would come back and take revenge for stealing his wife. Thinking of this, Jim hurried back to the cabin to wake the woman. While the man was out fishing, they decisively ran to the boat, planning to get there first and leave the man forever stranded on the island. Soon they both pushed the boat into the water, although the man noticed in time the distance was too great, and by the time he reached the shore, Jim and the woman had already successfully boarded the boat and sailed into the endless sea. But strangely, instead of despair on the wealthy man's face, he revealed a mysterious smile. Finally, he lay on the recliner leisurely sipping coconut juice. Such an unusual act made Jim and the woman think that something was wrong with his mental state. However, not long after, the woman was horrified to realize the boat was leaking. She hurriedly grabbed something to try to block the hole, but no matter how hard she tried, the sea water continued to pour into the cabin. Only then did they realize the man had never fully repaired the boat and had been acting in a hurry to trick them. At this point, the two could only watch as the boat sank back into the sea.